is literally like a house lounge. That is what that is made for.
I feel like stuff isn't soft enough there. And I know I'm going to sound like an idiot, but I need stuff to be softer. Like, the furniture doesn't match the vibe, and it doesn't match the music. We're buying vibes here. I need soundbar. I need your furniture to be softer. And not the fabric. I'm talking the cushioning. I need to recline. More ottomans. Less chairs.
Hello, and welcome back to On the Rail, the #1 EDM podcast on the line.
Fan of soft
Today
things.
is December 17th, 2019. Today is going to be our last podcast of this year.
No, it's not.
Well, today's like the last full episode.
Yeah, last regular run of show pod of 2019.
Yeah. And then right after this episode, we're recording a quick 2-part series episode and gonna get it going with best songs
of the year.
All
my picks, obviously.
So it's going to be a great episode. So definitely tune in next week.
And then the week after. We're going to feed you, baby birds. Don't worry. We're not going to leave you hanging over the winter break.
It's
all
true.
other content companies shut down. Oh, it's the holiday season. Guess what? Put some in the can. Dish them out over the holidays.
Yeah, so when you're bored, you're full from that yummy Christmas dinner.
That ham.
You know in the morning.
Or long ham.
You got that fire on the rail
ham.
pod. On the rail, coming at you live.
Beats of the week. Later.
Tonight, what we got on our show?
Thin on stories, but one that is near and dear to my heart. One that I care about, one that I've talked about. Something that hits me in a lot of different ways, honestly.
The Live Nation.
Yeah, and I know all you out there agree with me. One, I feel like I have to say this, fuck you, Live Nation. We all know that Live Nation runs a quasi-monopoly and does what I would consider to be illegal, abusive ticketing practices.
Yep.
And I despise them. Now, what has happened is, so when Live Nation bought Ticketmaster, right, the government was like, well, you can't have the place that owns the venues decide on the ticketing service. Like, that's anti-competitive, right?
Right.
You can fuck people over, which they happen. You guys have to agree, as Live Nation, you won't force venues to use Ticketmaster as your ticketing service. So you can offer it, but you can't require it. And now, so that was a term of them being able to buy them. Fast forward to today, that deal ends, that provision that allows them to own part of it ends next year, and the Department of Justice is about to file a lawsuit against them saying that they were, even though they said they wouldn't, they have been forcing people to use their ticketing services. And the reason...
Under the radar.
Yeah, and the reason that they noticed is just obviously look at average ticket prices. I mean, inflation is at not even close to 1%, not even close to 2%, just barely over 1%. And ticket prices have skyrocketed. No duh. It's a monopoly. It's vertically integrated, which is fine to have a monopoly, but not when you're abusing consumers and pricing. So it's really good to see. It's exciting. Hopefully they have to spin it off. And
exciting to see Live Nation get sued.
Yeah, I hope they burn to the ground, honestly. Fuck them. It's such bullshit. We'll talk about some moments earlier from this year, and it's kind of mentioned in the article we'll talk about later, but the roll-up of React and all these other entertainment companies that have happened in the last 5 or 6 years is so detrimental to fans of music. It's good because there's more venues, but ticket prices, and luckily I'm employed.
Are you talking about the Live Nation roll up where they bought a bunch of companies?
Yeah, and then
also I didn't know Insomniac was bought.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I was shocked to see that.
Yeah,
I was
all rolled up.
Insomniac bought
super convenient.
But yeah. I mean,
so it's crazy. Hopefully something comes from it. Hopefully we get cheaper ticket prices.
Luckily, what cheaper ticket prices? What ticket prices are you looking at, and where you're like, damn, I want to see.
Well, listen, I have a
cheaper.
9 to 5 that's more than 9 to 5, but a 9 to 5 so I can afford to just buy the tickets. But
give me a specific ticket price where you're like, damn, I want a cheaper ticket than that.
And I didn't get it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, one.
But not even that you didn't get it. One that you looked at and you're like, that looks like it's too expensive. It doesn't look like it fits
Here's how, and this is just my idea, right? I don't think it's that. Well, one, it's never. Here's what I'll say. There's a couple things. One, fees. So if you wanted to go to Queen, and obviously it's an expensive ticket, but if you wanted to see Queen, it was like $13,000 for a Queen ticket.
Yeah.
With Adam Lambert here, the fees were like $3,000. It's a percentage of fee, right? So that one. So that's like what
the fees were $3,000.
Yeah, it's a percentage.
So how much was the actual ticket?
It's like 14. No, it was 15. It was like $15,000. The fees are almost $3,000.
All right, well that's retarded. If tickets $15,000.
But the point is, there's no service fee that should be a percentage of sales. No chance, right?
Yeah,
So that's one. So that is where I think most of the abuse is that they're forcing them to use Ticketmaster, so no one's competing for lower fees. Like there's SeatGeek or with a couple other people, but not really. So one, you get murdered on fees because it's an exclusive. So if you want to go to the show, you have to use Ticketmaster and you have to go through the fees, unless you go on Facebook and risk getting murdered outside of a Burger King, but that's not my prerogative. The other way is, I think, and this one is harder to prove, I think that there's a lot of double dealing where venues are selling tickets to brokers in bulk, which we know happens, but like Live Nation selling tickets exclusively or holding tickets for Ticketmaster, that they wait for the price to go up by, artificially reducing supply, pushing price up, and then they're making money on fees, and they're setting prices way too high. So it's like pushing the market around, which if it were like a stock market or whatever, like that's fine. Like it's just, then you could hold it, no one buys it, whatever. But when it's like, it's a different dynamic of a ticket event. Like there's only so much access to it. You're excluding people from buying it, artificially creating demand, and then just slowly leaking out as people go.
Yeah, that's not right.
No, and that's fucked up. And it's so obvious, right? Like you could just tell. Like remember Billie Eilish tickets were like, what were they, $550, $650 for Aragon Ballroom in February? No fucking way there's 6,000 people in Chicago in February of 2019 that were willing to pay $600 to see Billie Eilish. There's just no way. That's fucking impossible. There's no shot.
I mean, it's not impossible.
No, there's no shot. It's impossible.
It's supply and demand. Like
no. That was fraud. There's fraudulent activity. There's no way on this planet. And it wasn't just like, oh, Vince, there was 2 tickets left the day before and it was $600.
Yeah.
No, bro. It was 8 weeks before the festival, and there were a few hundred.
It wasn't a festival.
Or the concert. Yeah. It was a few weeks. It was 8 weeks, and there were a few hundred tickets available. Lowest price like $575 before fees. There is no shot in hell that something illegitimate was not happening. There's just no way. When was the last time you saw a $600 ticket 8 weeks out for a giant venue like Aragon Ballroom with hundreds of tickets available?
First off,
that's how much Coachella costs. It's more than Coachella. Are you fucking kidding me?
I don't think it was $600.
No, Victor. It was $600.
Coming from the kid who literally
listen, I'm a numbers
every
guy.
single
No,
number
no, you were there.
Literally.
You fucking make me pull out
I think it was about $400, which is still crazy expensive, but like
no. I'm gonna search our text. There's no way it was $400. Keep going with the show, but you're wrong. It was $575 was the lowest before fees.
To the next topic.
Unbelievable.
Live Nation, bunch of bitches.
Yeah, and it's just, you know what? They were trying to do the government was like, on good faith, we'll let you do it. We thought there'd be more competition, but there's less.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it comes down to business. It's a business move. They're scheming.
But it's not on them. It's not on them. It's on the government for letting them do it.
Right. Exactly. Next up, Dancing Astronaut came out with an article that listed 100 of the top EDM events that have happened in the last decade, and thought it was an interesting article.
For the culture, not just like literal events, but just like things that happen in the culture.
What were some of them that stuck out to you?
So some of them on the list were the launching of Dancing Astronaut. And obviously, we're not huge fans of current EDM media. I mean, we're fans in the way that like we like to read it here and there and we use their links. But I mean, it's really kind of stuck in the early 2000s where you're basically just a link dump, and that's why we're here doing this for you guys. But that was one that was interesting where Dancing Astronaut, I think it was Bro Step was another one that they bought, and they all kind of got rolled up into one. That was one that stuck out. And then the Swedish House Mafia tour obviously was a huge one. Yeah. One that I thought was interesting was like, one that they had that I think I don't know. I don't know how much credit I want to give Skrillex. They gave Skrillex a lot of credit. So they basically...
I mean, Skrillex, Deadmau5,
No,
all those
I know.
guys at the beginning.
No, I know. But I think David Guetta should get more credit. And I know he was an American.
David Guetta.
Dude, he had a lot to do with importing the music here, importing electronic music back to the United States from Europe before Skrillex. Like, I'll give Skrillex all the credit in the world for dubstep, obviously. He invented American dubstep, basically. Like, it wouldn't exist the way it does. Deadmau5 bringing regular house music, trance, techno, whatever. But before that was David Guetta. And David Guetta started putting house electronic sounding music into the pop world. Into the pop, it snuck in. And then you get Bangarang, you get Scary Monsters, Nice Sprites. So, like, I think I'm going to give the credit to David Guetta. Really, you should give it to...
Interesting take.
I think that's the timeline of... It's not a take, it's just the timeline of events.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but I thought that was interesting, like the rebirth of electronic music in America, which largely had gone away for a long period of time in the 90s. And what you saw was a total rebirth in pop music, and now they're talking about, you know, the labeling of all these different subgenres and how it was good and bad that they all got labeled as EDM. I think that was a good thing.
No, it's a great thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
right. Like you don't disagree.
No.
Like the drawbacks are kind of like the people that we chirp sometimes and make fun of, like music hardos who are like, "Oh, it's not EDM." It's like, well, dude. Eventually, if everyone just keeps calling stuff the overarching genre EDM, it just is, man. Like, and if you want to fight about labels and cry about nameplates on genre labels, like, that's your prerogative. It just doesn't really matter that much to me what you call it, you know? You say EDM, people know what you mean. It's way more brandable. It's investable. People can do events around it, media around it like us, or whatever, right? So, like, I think it was good that it had an identity. It's a flagpole that people can rally around. And then, you know, give credit to more genres, right? Like, we had someone last week who listened to the podcast that messaged us and said how much she liked hearing about all different genres because she hadn't before, which, you know, to the credit of people who don't like the EDM label is kind of their concern. It's like, well, if you just label everything as EDM, some of these subgenres aren't really going to get the credit they deserve. But I would argue that no one was going to those subgenres anyways on their own independently, because who the fuck does that?
I literally have no idea what you're talking about.
Listen, the people at home are going to keep up. But
I sincerely doubt that.
It's good that EDM got labeled
like you're
EDM.
Just rambling.
No, it's good that EDM got labeled
Where's the
EDM.
point?
It's good that EDM got labeled EDM.
Okay.
How people discover genres don't exist.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's all, man. Like, I don't think people would have discovered some of these subgenres if they didn't have EDM to go to first, right?
Okay.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, not really, though. Because someone's not like, oh, like, I want to get into EDM. Like, what's a good EDM song? They're like...
Oh, I think people say exactly that. Exactly.
No, people just hear a song and they're like, oh, this is a good song. I want to listen to more music like this.
EDM.
I mean, yeah, but... They don't go searching for EDM. Like, that's...
Dude, yes, they do. Or it's on the top charts or whatever. Like, dude, the whole reason that EDM is big in America is because of how it's sprinkled into pop music in the early 2000s. Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, like, those, like, house EDM sounding songs are what led people down the road to EDM.
How sick is it that Steve Aoki, this was in the top 100 list, Steve Aoki used to have the Dim Mak parties, and that, like, people like Lady Gaga... and Diplo,
so cool.
And people like would attend his events,
so
and
cool.
like so crazy.
I'd kill to be part of something like that.
So cool.
You're having secret parties, let me know. But no, it's cool. I think it's a good thing. Some other things on the list, obviously number one, we'll spoil this for you because don't give them clicks. The Avicii, rise and fall of Avicii. We kind of talked about it a lot last week. Don't feel like we have to expand on it now, but he was sort of like the poster boy for electronic music for this decade, I think. I don't think anyone would disagree with that.
Yeah.
Two. What was two?
So you like agree with that?
Yeah,
with
I think he's the star of electronic music. And anytime that someone,
I think there's just like 10 or so key players. 3 of them being.
But anytime someone leaves early,
Diplo,
anytime someone has a
Avicii,
short end, they get boom.
Yeah.
Icon status instantly. Kurt Cobain.
I mean,
like whoever
he was
right?
already icon status.
No,
he
I know, but like
and
it goes legendary, nuclear, sicko mode.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? When they pass early, so the whole narrative around it. Everyone needs every genre needs a superstar, you know. And so Avicii, for the most part, and especially the way his music just went from like the whole globe, and that's not an exaggeration. I mean, levels.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a place you could play Levels on this planet where people don't know it.
Yeah.
Do you think so?
Everyone knows that song.
I don't.
It's a
You
great
could
song.
go. You go deep into Senegal. You can go into like the mountains of Ecuador. You put fucking da-na-na-na-na-na. You go da-na-na-na-na. And also, any person on the entire planet will go da-na-na-na-na-na. Like, there's no doubt in my mind, man. 0% chance that doesn't happen. So,
was there anything else on that list that you want to talk about?
no, those are the kind of the key things. There's also another thing going on. Dancing Astronauts doing so very cool. Top 100, like send us your favorite live set moments from the decade.
Yeah.
What are your? Maybe we hinted at this last week, but what's your number one live set that you've ever seen? Audio, visual, all encompassing.
Man, I don't know. Tame Impala's got to be up there.
Really? Electronic music though.
Tame Impala is electronic music, for sure.
Yeah. It's EDM.
I
Tell
don't know.
someone who likes Tame Impala that it's EDM. They'll fucking stab you. Go tell Blake, oh yeah, Tame, big EDM fan, man. Yeah, no, I love it, of course, obviously.
Well, what else?
Fucking shank you.
What would it be
I
considered?
don't know. You'd have to ask someone.
Electronic.
Yeah, you'd have to ask someone else.
Electronic is basically the same thing as EDM.
I know.
Yeah, I would say like probably like a Tame Impala set.
Which
Tame
one though?
Impala's-
No, that's what they're saying is like which one
The
specifically.
one in Coachella this past year, it was awesome.
That's the best set you've ever seen?
Probably not, but I mean, it's such a hard question to answer. You
Dude,
can't.
I think
can't
Bass
really give
Nectar,
one.
Bass Nectar
Nectar's also
2015
sick.
Lollapalooza at the Bud Light stage, that was huge. I think Flo Stradamus Coachella 2016 was huge. I thought that they were so good. It was right before they broke up, right after Tyler the Creator performed for an hour and didn't play a single song, which was fucking weird. Man, I'm trying to think. Kanye West and The Weeknd, 2016 Coachella as well. Trying to think what else was really big.
Chainsmokers,
Oh,
like 2015
yeah.
was sick.
That famous Roses video that everyone watches all the time.
That was dope.
Fucking God. Yeah, so there's a couple good ones. There was a lot of people had Avicii at Tomorrowland in 2013 as their number one. So I'm not sure. It's interesting to see though how far EDM has come and
Griffin at
where it's going.
Lollapalooza,
Yo, well, that was-
2019.
Shout out all our friends and listeners in Germany. That was a special set for your boy. A lot of magic around the air. No, he was amazing. I expect more out of him next year in a big way. So no, those are all good. I'm excited to see. I can't wait to go back to that thread though and look through all the clips that people post because it's just exciting to see.
good shit.
I wish there was a better way to relive VR. I'd love to relive some of those sets. So
Yeah,
good.
Would be cool. All right, let's jump into our beats of the week this week. Those were our topics. Didn't have a ton of topics this week.
Wasn't a lot of news this week. Everyone's doing a lot of recap of the decade. You know, you always get these listicles at the end of the year, but since it's the end of the decade and now the internet's a big thing and people have phones, it's like on steroids end of year list.
Yes.
Number one album of the decade, though, obviously Kanye West.
Here we go with my first song,
Okay.
Bumpy Teeth. This is Zeds Dead and Subtronics. Do you have this on your list?
I'm going to Zeds Dead this weekend.
Ooh. This new song, Subtronics is just absolutely killing it. He's just destroying the game right now, collabing with all these massive artists. We had him last week with Keizo.
Oh, yeah.
Big collab with Grizz, obviously, with Grizztronics. This, once again, is Bumpy Teeth.
So good.
It's freaking good.
So good.
Next up, I have Run It by Midnight Kids. This song is like
Midnight Kids.
Yeah, dude. This
Wow.
song is more of like, let's break some fucking rules tonight. Let's go run
What
some red
rules?
lights. Like,
What rules are we breaking?
so, rebel.
Yo, dudes,
Rebel
let's
kid
commit
shit.
some fucking tax fraud this weekend, my G. Let's forge some checks in the bathroom at Tao.
This is a good song though.
I like it.
Adam, you like the song? It's like Ellie Goulding-esque.
Adam's in the stew as always. On pod, no cap. Got a sweet quilted puffer.
So another song just like this. This song is Won't Look Back by Stay Loose and Last Heroes. This song, I love this song. It was reposted on SoundCloud so many times by so many different like hard artists, like dubstep. So we got 2 songs back to back today. Run It and what was the song called? I don't even remember. Won't Look Back. Both very similar. Like both songs you put on pre-party, you're going pick up alcohol. You got
9:15 songs.
your girls in the back. You're riding with the boys.
Oh yeah,
You throw it on.
of course. Oh yeah, I've never heard more of a On the Way to the Pregame song in my entire life. No shot.
Yeah.
No shot. We doing New Amsterdam or Svedka? Tell me now, quick. Oh, well, the girls, they want lemonade, so, you know, get the tequila, get the Jose. It's like, all right, I got it. No JMO, no JMO. Gin?
So
Shut up,
good.
Vince, no gin. Story of my fucking life. That was good, though. That's a perfect
good.
9:15 song. You're supposed to leave at 9, but you're 15 late, obviously.
Exactly. Yeah, did you hear this new song?
I've heard it. Oh, I heard it. It came across the desk.
This is Blue by Tiesto featuring Stevie Appleton.
Sneaking a summertime vibe song in at December deadline. Is he touring in Australia next month? Like, dude, I always forget that it's summer in the Southern Hemisphere, but sneaking in these little summer hits. He's going to head down south.
I love it.
Hey, little South Africa, Chile, Argentina. Little summer tour for Tiesto, probably.
I'm all about this song. It's actually a really good song.
Yeah, it's good.
When I first heard it, I was like, am I gonna like this?
First song that I liked from
liked it.
Tiesto since Ritual, which I guess wasn't that long ago. Oh, God is a Dancer. You know what? Tiesto Sneaky puts out really good singles. Terrible album at the beginning of the year. Absolutely terrible. Probably his own work. These are probably singles he's stolen from up-and-coming DJs, but, you know, whatever. We ignore that. I got the music I want. I got the music I want. No more to ask. Are you on the Ride or Ride?
I'm on the rider.
Sweet. I'm going to hop on when you're done.
You want this song?
Yeah, but let me take over.
Yeah.
Because you're a noted Shipwreck hater. Big time Shipwreck hater.
Next song we got up is I See You Baby by
Groove
Groove Amanda. BRVMES Blood Edit. What is that? Brave?
And that's spelling with
Brams?
the
Braves?
pod. Probably Brums. Is it like Bulgari?
Brooms?
Is it like Bulgari? How they use a V instead of a U?
Yeah, I guess. Brooms Blood Edit.
I
weird.
would understand. Give me the set the scene for this song.
This song is deep. It's a very deep house, bass house song. So get ready to ride.
Hell yeah.
This is like 2 a.m. underground. You get back from the club. You're trying to go to an after party. Throw this on. You're just like,
This is in the Uber in between the 2 p.m. close and the 4 p.m. or 4 a.m. close. It's the in between. It's the carryover, an interlude, if you will.
it's a good song. It's a really
I like
good
it a
song.
lot.
And what Peekaboo put out a new EP, and his EP is destructive. That's what I would call it. It's awesome.
Oh, okay.
It's Peekaboo. He came out with that song Wrecking Ball and just like has been literally killing the game ever since. Definitely go check out that EP. I'm not gonna play it on here because we don't really have time, but
Certainly not the whole EP.
definitely go check that out. This is my last song. This is Ogletree, Purgatory Love by Daniel Allen, The Lost Boys, and Troy. Lots of like chill
It's winter.
songs today. It's definitely wintertime. It's like these are songs that like I just imagine like putting on and just like going to a ball. Like you're just like you're all dressed up. You want to have a good night with your friends. You're going to a ball. And
We're going to a ball, baby. Jim Carrey. Every pretty girl deserves to go to a ball. Oh, very relaxed. This is like the first song you put on before you kick the straggler out of the condo. Like, all right, we're going to bed. You're not invited. That's what I'm getting out of this. Like, you're not cleaning up yet. You just finished. You're taking the trash to the chute.
Yes.
Exactly that type of song. Like, you know, Victor cranks up the heat. I wait till he goes to bed, sneak out, turn the AC off. Because I don't like to sleep hot. People like to sleep cold. So I sneak back out here, turn the fan on. You know what it is. First song, Mirror Mirror by Shipwreck. First single off their coming EP. Victor, a known hater of Shipwreck. This is what I would consider, guys, honestly. I would consider this an Apex song. You plot out how much fun you have on any given night. This is the song that you put on right before that best part of the night. No doubt in my mind. You're at Tao. You're 30 minutes into bottle service. You just ordered a second bottle. Oh, yeah.
Listen.
The dance floor? Someone check the structural integrity of the floor. It's coming down. This slaps.
It's a good song. Not Apex, though.
Yeah. No, right before the Apex. This is right before you cut it loose. So their full album's coming out. I've always been a big Shipwreck
this is like
fan.
An opening song. I like this song. I like it. I do.
I'm gonna convert Victor to a Shipwreck
I don't hate
lover.
on this song,
They got
but,
two
like,
singles that are good now. Off the ones you don't like.
Energy is not good.
After Energy, played it a couple weeks ago. Can't believe you don't like Energy though. Write in the comments how dumb Victor is for not liking Energy. We get a second drop in. Oh, Victor's feeling. We'll do a second drop.
Oh yeah. Next song.
Next, new hit from Diplo. He was in an interview about this song. Wanted to drop it earlier, but used a ton of samples from Missy Elliott, a ton of samples from a bunch of different R&B people who worked on this song. So he finished this song 18 months ago. Took 18 months to get everyone to sign off on it being released. Sting actually owns the rights to some of this song. Sting apparently was the person who was holding up the longest, which is crazy. But yeah, 18 months finished the song, just came out. So, I mean,
18 months for an average frickin' song.
oh my God, get the fuck out of here. You're such a Diplo hater. It's unbelievable. We're going to move past that. But I would say this is
you are
no.
literally the most hype person ever. Like, it doesn't matter, like, if there's someone that you like, it doesn't matter if it's good. Like, you're the biggest follower of literally, like, people that just do random shit. Like, Kanye,
That's
for
me,
example.
Vince. Where are people doing random
Dave
shit? How can I
Portnoy.
sign up to help?
Shipwreck.
Oh, please, person doing random shit, please help me. Yeah, I actually went to Whole Foods earlier and I cheerled the
Diplo.
grocer as she checked me out. Let's go back. I asked for a name tag so I could stamp it on my ass before I leave. Get the fuck out of here. I'm a fan of people doing random shit. What the fuck does that even mean? What the fuck does that mean, dude? Oh yeah, I'm gonna look at the hotel room and just fucking clap for someone
song?
folding his clothes.
Average at best. Average at
No,
best.
dude, you gotta step your headphones up. I'll give you my headphones again. You'll like this song. Trust me.
Average.
Dude, you're saying it
at
doesn't
best.
matter, but I'm telling you, it
Yo.
matters.
If you're watching this and you think the song's average, comment below, please.
Wrong. Next
Next
song.
song.
On and On.
Cooking through the
Hey, Locke De Niro. This is like your classic. I don't know. When is this? This is like you just got there. You're waiting for people to get back from the bathroom, but you kind of want to go to the dance floor before they get back. 10:45, 11. Ooh, very relaxed. Early in the night, scouting out the dance floor, seeing who's around, trying not to sweat, but you might sweat a little bit. So that one was another one. Coming up,
Chill
So-
house song.
listen. There's a lot of hype around Lane 8 lately.
Oh, we love Lane 8.
I like Lane 8. I don't love Lane 8, but I'm going to try and give him a chance. I'm going to give him a shot.
You like the song?
I like this song, yeah.
Good song. It's a good song. I'm giving Shipwreck a chance. You're giving Lane 8 a chance. I like this.
You know what it is? The vocals.
Except Lane 8 is freaking great.
The vocals really got me on this one.
Lane 8 has so many like just phenomenal songs.
They're on a
so
heater.
many songs on Serious Chill Radio.
Serious Chill was built on two things. Dancing on My Own
yeah,
remix
this
by
song's really
Tiesto, Lane 8, and Nora and Pure. Those are the pillars of Sirius XM
This
Chill.
is like a great song to just like put on if you're like going down to the beach or something. You're leaving the beach. Throw this song
good
on,
point.
right?
Summertime music.
Yeah.
The album
I'm
artwork
going
is
to
actually
Florida.
a
I'm
beach.
gonna throw this song on.
I'm also going to Florida.
Lane 8 is just like great beach music. When you're going down to the beach, Lane 8.
I'll put it on the beach
hit it
in
hard.
Florida. You know, little winter birds. We fly out. We don't do Chicago in the summer. So, next song, it is a remix of a previous pick, Wild Girl by Keto and Empress of. One of my favorite songs of the year, honestly, getting a little bit of a house remix from our good friends and the absolute legend, personal friend of the pod, Paul Wolford, my G. So, good song, good remix. Just turn up the speed a little bit on it, turn the bass down, had the high drums on.
Yeah, it's a good song. What is this?
You remember Wild Girl?
Yes.
I'm just wild.
We like this song.
We do like it. Piano's over the top, very good. So, good remix there. And then the last song of 2019, official pick from me, King of the Picks, remix of Dua Lipa's Don't Start Now by Dom Dalla.
You know what we should do?
What?
We should see. We would need like a panel, but we need to find out who's the king of the picks.
Dude, if we go back to the tape, I nailed 3 #1 chart picks early. Joel Corey, sorry, nailed it. Ride It, nailed it. We can go on.
I can't even believe that you're saying that you're the king of the picks.
I would win
when
by
you
a million.
literally
Oh no, I would win by a million.
all those picks.
No, she takes from me. It's different. You don't understand. I go first, then she does.
Not
Dua
true.
Lipa's gonna have a big 2020.
Not true.
I picked her to be Artist of the Year the first time I saw her. Ended up being right about that Grammys easy nod. Listen, I'm a king of curation. I make the picks that people want. I know what they need before they do. Simple as that. Good house remix of this song. Dom Dalla, highs, lows. I didn't like that San Francisco song.
San
you know what?
Francisco.
Yeah, I think there's low key in the background of a lot of what's happening right now in music is there's this 80s synth vibe going on. I don't know if you picked up on it, but very big 80s synth vibe wave happening. Ooh, trembling through the ecosystem. But I'm a huge fan.
We love 80s. We love disco.
We love the 80s. We love Dance Studio.
All right, let's cut this music. Let's close out. Did we have any comments on the pod last week? I think we did. Eric Stevens
did.
commented.
What
did he say?
What did he say?
I don't know what he said.
To the internet.
Eric,
Where
I'm
all
gonna
things
look
are
you up
available.
real quick. But
Listen, last week was
Where
our
else?
most listened to episode pod-wise. YouTube okay, but I mean, the pod downloads have been incredible. So shout out to everyone that's listening. We're growing like a weed. The reviews are strong, so just keep listening, keep downloading. We appreciate it. Don't worry, I got your picks for you.
so Eric Stevens said, I'd hammer Kago over Chainsmokers. Hot take, Galantis over Chainsmokers. Here's the thing, Eric.
Where does he live? Let's go get him.
No, I actually don't even disagree with him. Hammer Kago over
Galantis?
Chainsmokers. Hell yeah.
Oh, Kygo over Chainsmokers. not
Kago over,
Galantis, though.
hot take, Galantis over Chainsmokers.
In 2019,
Definitely not.
No,
Definitely
in 2019, if we're doing 2019 only, yes, Kygo over Chainsmokers, no doubt. No doubt. Thinking about you.
It is funny though, like being such a fan of like EDM music and liking the Chainsmokers
Just EDM.
because I feel like what?
Just EDM.
What do you mean?
Electronic dance music.
EDM music, same thing.
EDM squared.
can be replaced with electronic. It's like same thing. EDM music,
And dance
same
and
thing.
music, yes.
But I don't even remember what I was saying. What was I saying?
I got distracted by you. Well, dude, I had to fucking listen to Dancing Astronaut. Be like, people don't like the word EDM, and it's like EDM, electronic.
I've never even heard that people don't even like the word EDM.
Dude, that's what I'm telling you. Like, you got mad at me for chirping certain fan groups last week, and I'm not gonna do it again. But those are the people that get fucking mad.
No,
like,
dude,
this isn't EDM.
Those people do not.
Yes,
care.
it is EDM.
Those people do not care at all.
Oh my god, they have tattoos. I've seen them. No, I haven't, but they exist. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to distract you when you said EDM music, but it just popped in my head.
What I was saying about Galantis over the Chainsmokers, though, is, I mean, the Chainsmokers just have so many #1 hits.
Iconic ones,
Galantis just, like, can't compare.
No, you're right. And the stuff that Galantis put out this year was lukewarm at best. They were good singles.
The Dolly Parton one was fire.
Yeah, they have good singles, but the Chainsmokers,
yeah.
I mean, World War Joy is so good. I know you've been listening to it a lot.
It's a good album.
I've been listening to it a lot. It's amazing.
Yeah. So,
What do we got coming up? Radius opens next year, so we're all looking forward to that, I know.
we got the next 2 podcasts coming up, so look out for those.
We're excited for Coachella next year. We're both going different weekends, separate but equal. What else do we got really cooking? Lollapalooza will definitely go again.
We definitely got a lot of stuff cooking, but a lot of stuff to be announced.
TBD.
First episode back, so
we're
gonna close out for tonight. Thank you so much, everyone who's watched us in 2019. If you made it this far, we appreciate you. Subscribe to us if you're not already subscribed. Like our video. Leave us a review.
Please.
You know what to do. From the bottom of our hearts, happy holidays. Have a great New Year's. Great Christmas. We'll see you soon.
See you on the other side.